Welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill and today we're going to be discussing a collaboration with James Whitner and his brand A Ma Maniere with the Jordan team on the Air Jordan 3 silhouette. This is in the black and flat future colorway. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome in. Be sure to hit that subscribe down below if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these unboxing and styling segments. Today we're going to be talking about the women's exclusive collaboration done with the brand A Ma Maniere and Jordan on the Air Jordan 3 silhouette. This isn't the first time we've seen the brand partner on the Air Jordan 3, which we'll definitely discuss the combination of both and the key differences. So we'll jump into the overview of these, then talk about size and fit, followed by how I style this darker shade and tone. Then we'll conclude with how these are currently doing not so well on the resale right before the sneakers drop. So let's jump right into it. All right, so for those of you who were totally taken away by the Air Jordan 3 drop with A Ma Maniere, which this was at the time considered sneaker of the year in most people's opinion. It makes sense as to why James Whitner would probably go back to his most successful silhouette that he did with the Jordan team. As far as this drop goes, though, the key difference is this is actually dropping as a full-on collection. So there will be 6 sneakers in total, and James is actually not sticking just with the Jordan brand team. He's actually branching out and working with Converse as well as Nike. So really interesting that they decided to release 6 pairs, especially during a time where people have been just talking about being overloaded with drops. So it is kind of interesting as to why they decided to drop 6 in total. The collection is called While You Were Sleeping collection, and the Air Jordan 3 silhouette is the first to drop in that 6-tiered collection. As far as the different options, you will get an Air Jordan 4, which is in a nice kind of violet or lighter tone. Then we are going to be seeing a basketball rendition, which is quite different than what we've seen from A Ma Maniere's recent collaborations, which will be the Air Jordan 39. And then for the first time ever, we are going to be seeing him collab with the Nike team on the Air Max 95, which has a nice collection of multiple color schemes used on that specific silhouette. As far as the Converse variation goes, that will be very subtle in colors as well, with some light tones of violet shades. And then we are also going to be seeing an Air Force 1, similar in that violet or color combo as well. So very interested to hear your thoughts as to which one out of the 6 you are actually most excited about. I do feel like starting out with the 3 was a smart idea just in general, because based off of his recent collaborations, the 3 silhouette was by far the most well known. So now let's talk about some of the key differences between the first drop that A Ma Maniere did with Jordan brand team versus the newest drop on this variation of the Air Jordan 3 silhouette. So this, just to reiterate what price point this dropped at, it was $200, while this one is actually a staggering $225. So definitely an increase with that inflation on the pricing of this silhouette. As far as the color combination goes, we are getting much darker shades on this. So you're getting that dark tumbled pebbled leather on this, while you're getting the white tone on this rendition. And then we've got black laces and white laces, though you do again get some options. So we've got what looks like a kind of egg tone or cream tone to match kind of the midsole of the sneaker here. And we've got, it says harder, work harder on the lace tips. And it looks like we've also got another variation of more of a violety, chocolatey brown shade. So nice to have those options to be able to swap that out. One of the key differences I did see is the hairier textured suede on the front of the toe box here. It's a little bit more trim on this variation. And then as far as the tongue goes, you're gonna see some nice pebble tumbled leather on this tongue. It does feel a lot more plush and luxurious than this suede pigskin textured tongue on the darker shade, which is again in more of a grayish kind of purplish hue. We do have the embroidered A for A Ma Maniere, as well as the Jumpman logo, which is exactly identical to the first release, this time again in a darker shade of black. Then we've got some eyelets that are black and some nice just violet purple ore on the inside of the eyelets here with some lighter shades of gray. As far as the inner lining of this tongue as well, again, it feels a lot thinner than this one, and that is a huge part due to the fact that they decided to go with more of a quilted satin material on the back of this tongue while they resorted to a rougher, cheaper texture on the back of this variation. So let's take a look at those details, then move along to the side paneling. All right, so wrapping around the side paneling, more of that pebble tumbled leather. Again, you're getting the same tumbled leather on this variation, but in white, and then more of this extra hairy textured suede in this gray hue. Then we got a pull tab in black, and then some nice detailing in cream. You also are getting a hang tag, which you also did get with the first release, and it says Nike Air in a purple shade. The interior also has the quilting texture, but I will say it is very cheap and not plush at all. It's actually really hard to the touch, whereas this one you can actually feel some air in between that material. It's quite squishy to the touch as well, so they definitely really cheaped out on materials on this one, so really disappointed in that. Wish they would have kept it pretty traditional with how the original 3 was. And as far as the sewing here as well, you can see that this is very different in comparison. So that is more of a different texture in the way that they sewed it. It's more cleaner line and finish on here, whereas they left this kind of more rugged, and it's actually a bit sharp when you touch it, so not very smooth on the lining there. Then the lateral side and the medial side are pretty much exactly the same with the materials used. As we work our way down to the midsole, we are getting this eggshell tone and black, and then we've got the gray, purple, and eggshell finish for the bottom of that outsole. Now let's take a quick look at the box. The box is quite different than what we've also seen. Let's open up. Really cool actually how the box opens. A lot different than what we've seen, and it looks like we just lift up here, and then we've got this nice kind of purple cloth for the interior on there as well. So definitely like the box. It's innovative, a lot different than some of the typical Jordan boxes that we've seen in the past. All right, let's take a look at those last and final details. sizing goes, I sized up on these, so I typically am a woman size 9, but for most of my Jordans, I feel like they've been running a little bit on the snugger side, and I feel like these definitely fit me perfectly, especially since I do tend to wear thicker socks with my sneakers. All right, so now let's talk about styling. This is definitely an easier sneaker to style just because a majority of it is covered fully in black. So as far as getting into the fall, definitely am starting to wear some warmer clothing pieces. For the first look, I decided to go with a simple black tank top with some black cargo pants for a very New York all over all black look.
The people is giving the damage. They turn into animal savage. So rhinos and hippos and mammoths. The hero was coming, I'm locked in. You know that I'm winning, I'm top 10. You know that I came from the dog pen. You want it, you get it, you drop dead. The rebel who came from the bottom. My enemies know that I got it. I'm planting my seeds in gardens, then watching them sprout and harvest. The greatest was always in my plans. Battle the kid is white flags. Not on my level where I stand. Got it, I'm shooting a hot hand. Out of the gym, I was.
Then for the second look, I decided to wear a Pink Floyd concert t-shirt that had some multiple colors on it, and I decided to go with some leopard print pants since that will definitely be a trend for the fall.
The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the. Sandman, I can tap dance through the energy blast. Run flat, never pop your orbit. I keep energy in storage. I see spinning the globe, my fingertip itch. If I could pluck the earthquake hit, look at the wrist. Look at your body, I shake it and shift. Big fish in a small pond. Godzilla with a boot on. I step into your lawn. Turn skyscrapers into croutons.
And then for the last and final look, went with some nice, simple, wide width, light denim pants, and I wore a nice cropped, cut off or sleeveless black top.
I move through the pygmies in the top pick. Got a big fleece. Sit back, better breathe deep. Look around and they looking at me. 10 toes still never defeat. Push button never needed a key. I see they ain't ready for me. Hot boy still 100 degrees. I cross eyes and I dotted the T's. E&D till I leave in peace. The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the. The people is giving the damage.
Talking about jokes, we just talking about more. I see all of my goals and it's looking like gold. I ain't asking for hope cause I know that it's show. Now you seeing me blow. This is premeditated, I've been underrated. That's an understatement, I ain't coming later. The abundance came when I allowed my bosom to the loving grave. He the one who made this, so I'm in my bag. I died way before I ever raise a white flag. Shooting right back, raise the price tag. Chasing down all of these ghosts till I grab. Who could really stop me is what I ask. Homie, you can never get your time back. Only me and my reflection fight back. That's why this beat gon' probably need an ice pack. Just like the 26, I'm finna run with it. I ain't gon' punt, we ain't taking it knee. I keep the starters and we going farther like T.O. and Philly, we throwing it deep. This only possible through all the obstacles. I went ahead and I found me some peace. It's why my reflection is rocking the cheese. J like the letter, I'm making several waves. I know the mission the same. I made a splash, now all of my passes last like running a race with Usain. I keep it coming like this is buffet. And if I'm stumbling, I'm in the graves. Never gon' fumble it, I get the bag and I run with it. Gunning it, gunning it, gunning it, gunning it. Murray with the legs, all about finesse, I am not impressed.
So now let's talk about the retail and resale on these. These retailed at $225, so a lot pricier than the original 3 that was released in the past. And as far as resale goes, these are shockingly under retail. So definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments as to why you think these are under retail now, right before the actual sneakers release. Not a good sign for the future of the rest of the collection that will be dropping after this. So we've still got 5 sneakers to go, but pretty crazy to see the key differences between a sneaker that was pretty much at some point everyone's sneaker of the year to this one just kind of dwindling under that retail price point of $225. All right, everyone, that is it for this unboxing and review. If you joined us for the first time, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that subscribe on your way out and give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We will catch you all on the next episode.
Then you see the flags. Elohim with the melody and then he supply the breath.